Hi guys, welcome back to my platform. It's a girl here, Anita Brown. I hope you guys are doing great. So guys, following this Emeka Ike's divorce saga and his ex-wife, I am really shocked at this moment. I'm going to play a video for you guys to watch. So, but in this video, his ex-wife, Suzanne Emma, gave a shocking revelation about her abusive marriage. If you've watched the previous video that I posted. Also, his son, Michael Ike, spoke about his father's behavior in a recent interview with media personality Shude. He also opened up about a threat his father made to him and also shared a voice note of one of the threats. So, Emeka K's version of this story differs from the recent stories that are surfacing from Michael Ike and his mom. So, in all this, whose story do you believe? And tell us under the comment section why you believe that. Okay, let's listen to this video.
I said I regretted, even doing that. Yeah, and it was until I was 28, 29, going into my 30s, I started fighting back. Right. And then it's now escalated from, verbal and all that, and then became physical. Right. You understand? And then still, even with that, people would say, oh, it's a man's world, and I didn't think of myself, but until the last time that he did beat me up and I was almost paralyzed, that was when I decided that I need to go. But still, I stayed 2 more years after that, But
he beat you until you were almost paralyzed?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. We had gone out with the kids and we came back and I was changing my daughter and he saw, her nappy rash, and it was a bad nappy rash, and he was all over the place, angry and all that she'd been molested. And I said, how? This is nappy rash. And he was going on and shouting, who did I give his daughter to, this and that, and you need to check her and everything. And I tried to calm him down that this is nappy rash. I use Vaseline instead of powder. That's why it's so red, that kind of thing. And he was going on and I was like, okay. And at that point I was getting upset, like, you can't be doing this. And then I was like, okay, give me money, let me take her to the hospital and let's get her checked. And then he hit me, And at that point I had you can't keep beating me up, and I held his hand. And so he just turned me over and hit me. And then he hit me at the back of my neck here. And that was it. I lost sensation to all my body parts. I went down on the floor. I couldn't feel my arms. I couldn't feel anything. And he kept hitting me. He kept hitting me and hitting me. And I was shouting, Emeka, if you hit me one more time, I would die. I can't feel anything. I was only seeing the stars. So when he hits me, it goes poof. That kind of thing. And that was only what I was saying. I could talk, I could hear, I could see, but I couldn't feel. This was in front of our kids. This was in front of his PA at that time, Debola. And I was, trying to move my body. My body wasn't moving, So when he realized himself, he got up, he walked out of the house. And I was there for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, I don't know. I was still trying to move my body. And then I felt this sensation all over, like a million pins, poking me, pricking me and everything. And I think the nails were beginning to connect or something, And then I got up. And that was when I saw the boy, Debola, peeping from the door. I guess I told the boy to come and check if I died. That kind of thing. And then I spoke the boy's name. I said, Debola. And the boy ran out. I think he didn't want to come close so that they don't say he's the one that killed me or something. And then I heard his car drive off. And I picked my children and I ran to a friend's house. He's denying it, but there are people that I run to their houses every time he beats me up. People that I run to their houses in the middle of the night. People that I run to their houses and I collapse. All this happened and they're living witnesses. I have pictures. I presented those pictures during the divorce. I still have those pictures, but I'll only give my evidences in court.
Right. So wow. For the kids' well-being, you have him have custody of the children,
yes.
And the court determined that and said you could have access.
Yes. And my lawyers had advised that it is a high court, because this was customary court, because we were only married traditionally. It was only that traditional marriage that we had. We never did the formal one of going to the registry, because he always has one woman out there who wants to give him American papers or who wants to give him this paper and that paper. But I never consented to it, because I would always say, you go there and you marry these women for papers in front of God and the minister. You're not saying this is fake, this is for paper.
So he keeps the children away from you as some kind of punishment after the divorce?
Yes.
And then tells them that you have abandoned them?
Yes. When I reconciled with them, I didn't want to come out and say, oh, I'm here to get you, I'm your mom and this and that. I have custody of you, because I was awarded sole custody of the children. Well, I had to build my relationship back with them and let them, know me again. My daughter didn't recognize me. She thought the other lady was her mom, because she was 2 when she was taken away from me. When I had left with my 2 younger kids, because I felt they still needed me.
You said this marriage was abusive almost from the get-go. So you mentioned it was financial abuse, it was verbal abuse, it was emotional abuse.
Yes.
What do you mean by verbal and emotional abuse?
Insults, putting you down every time.
So you had a terrible temper?
Yes. When I got out and I was in a friend's car, I didn't know I used to sit like this. And that was because of the lashing. I jumped out of a moving vehicle before. I've attempted suicide 3 times.
Because of your husband?
Yes. He's not saying all these things. The pastors, the church will send pastors to our house. And he's out there, I'm in the bathroom, I want to slit my wrist, I bought pack of blade, and him and the pastors are out there banging down my door, banging down the bathroom door, you understand? Because it was, somehow I preferred physical. I preferred him to beat me than to say things to me.
So the words he was saying to you were so horrible that you wanted to take your own life.
Yes. He would describe you in like you are an imbecile. He would describe you like you are not worth anything.
And when did the physical violence start?
That started, like I said, when I started fighting back. Because, and I think he did feel that I was going wings and I needed to be, clamped down. So that was when it started. There was a time we went to the hospital, my child was sick, and we didn't have money. And I was trying to negotiate with the hospital if they could treat the child and we'll pay later. And it was taking a little bit of time, and he just came in and was yelling at me, "You're a fool, you don't know how to do things. What, all these people, you can't even talk to them. Who are they? They are beneath you, and you're allowing them to do this and do that." And I got upset, and I was like, "Why are you being a jerk?" And excuse my language. And I went off into the car to sit down, and immediately he was coming into the car. His punch was the first thing that I was seeing on my jaw. Right in front of people in the car park, so things like that. You dare not speak back. You dare not look him in the eye and talk when he's at it. It was always, you have to do this, you have to do that. I made you. You made me. I was 18. I was pregnant with 2 of your kids when I got into the university. Yeah, I'm grateful for that, you understand, but that didn't mean that I have to be under you. I needed to be somebody of my own. I needed to have my own path in life, but he wouldn't accept anything. He wouldn't accept anything. The house, he said, he's claiming that he built for my mom. He didn't build her any house. My mom's house was built in the 70s. How old was he in the 70s? She was renovating, and she was doing the back, and as a son-in-law, yes, he did give her a gift, you understand, which we're grateful for, you understand, but he never built a house for her. He keeps blowing things out of proportion, you understand? And then the school he's claiming about, I mean, we didn't spend that much money.
So you spent 450 million naira went down the drain.
That's the new amount now. It used to be 100 million. Now it's 480 million. The school didn't cost us that much. We were still owing the owner of the house. We had leased the building for 10 years because it wasn't really completed, and we're going to complete it and do other things and then make it suitable for a school and all that. But we didn't even complete the building. You understand? So, we wouldn't have spent about 30 million, 20 million, but for publicity's sake. At first he was claiming it was 100 million, and now I don't know where 480 million is coming from.
Is it perhaps that it was paid in dollars and so using the exchange rate?
No,
okay.
It wasn't.
So the school thing, so he says that you took his school. Let's take the allegations one after the other. He says you took the school from him. Is that true?
I left in the middle of the term. Right. I left in October. The school ran till full term, and they were dispersed. I don't know. I was not in the picture.
So you don't know what happened to the school?
I don't know what happened. I only found out that he didn't resume the school in January, and he had moved with the children to Abuja. Right. So I never knew. I don't know.
Then he says that he went to the UK, to the US with a luggage, and by the time he came, you had swept everything clean from him.
Okay. So at that time, we didn't have money.
Okay.
The landlord had kicked us out of the house. The time we were given had come to an end. So we decided to move some things to the school compound because we still had space. We were still building. It was not filled with children and all that, so we had space. So I moved some things into the school compound, and I was living with his mom. I was sleeping on the floor with my kids in his mom's small apartment. You understand? So I'll come from Isolo to Magodo every day to run the school. So that's where the move is coming from. You understand? But at that time, I had planned to leave.
Okay.
So he traveled. When he was within Nigeria, he traveled to.
Okay.
So when I was moving, I selected my things and kept them aside with my 2 younger children. Right. You understand? Yeah. So when he landed and he called me to tell me he had landed, and I said, "I've moved out." And he said, "Is that what you want?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Let's keep it quiet. I don't want anything in the media. I don't want to anything." And I said, "Okay, no problem." And I've been keeping quiet for 10 years. He has been the one doing all the talking right now. Yeah.
He says that you assaulted his mother.
Yes.
Is that true?
No.
What happened?
That's quite the opposite.
Okay.
So I just gave birth to our last child, and his mom, was coming to help out. And his mom will come Monday to Friday. She leaves on Friday that she must go to church. She must attend her church. So my mom comes Friday to Monday. My mom will leave in the morning on Monday morning. There was this one day his mom accosted my mom as my, we're all out there talking and laughing and all that. My mom then picked her bag and said she was leaving. And by the time she got into the middle of the compound, his mom jacked my mom's clothes and was shouting and saying my mom has stolen her son's money again. My mom should give her money. She needs her money. She wants to do things. She can't do anything. And my mom is here stealing her son's money. And she tore my mom's clothes, and my mom was naked. And my mom was like, "Can you find your son's money on me?" My mom emptied her bags and everything and, trying to say that I don't have any money on me. Which money have I stolen? You understand? And I got upset and I told her, "Mommy, I am tired. I am tired. You can have your son back." And I picked my kids and I left. The next day, he called the pastor, he called me, we came back, and his sister was there, and, ranting, she would have beat up my mom, if my mom was still around, that my mom beat up her mother. And I was like, I don't understand. And she said, yes, that's what they're saying. And I was like, no, that never happened, And his mom, after everything, had told me that Emeka was the one propelling the beating part, that she never told anybody ever beat her.
So Emeka's mother said she never told anybody.
She said she never said anybody beat her, that he, my husband, was the one that was propelling it, that she was beaten up.
What you're describing is a deeply toxic
yes.
situation.
This is what I lived. This is what I lived. 14 years of my life.
Now, there's also the allegation of his properties that you essentially have taken away.
When I left, I only took my clothes, my international passport, my certificates, my 2 children and their clothes. That's the only thing I took. I'm not in possession of his properties. Well, I did know their locations and all that. But how would you sell somebody's property if you don't have the papers or documents?
So you don't have any land documents?
I don't have anything. He's the one who, I have heard, has been selling off his properties. You know, we couldn't even finish our buildings and all that because of his drug use. We couldn't make things out of life. We couldn't do anything with, you know, we couldn't plan. We couldn't go ahead with our plans because of his drug use.
So he had a drug problem?
Yes.
When you say drug, what do you mean by drug?
Well, I didn't know he was taking drugs. It was when my kids came back, they told me their dad takes drugs.
What kind of drugs?
Meds, whatever. They said they found his paraphernalia, you know. And that made me realize why. Why money would finish. Why we'll plan and say, okay, this money is coming in. We need to do this. We're going to do this. And all of a sudden, money is gone.
You just described him as a drug addict, essentially.
Yes.
Do you think the drugs that you allege contributed to this entire lack of peace?
Yeah, he might have. I'm not a medical person, but I think he might have. Even
Guys, like I said, I'm really short of words. Can you imagine this? Well, let's watch the next video where Michael Ike, who is Emeka Ike's son, spoke about his father's behavior in a recent interview with the same media personality, Shude. He also opened up about the threats his father made to him and also shared a voice note of one of the threats. Okay, and remember that Emeka Ike's version is different from this. Let's watch this video.
I was just like, no, dude, I'm not trying to, you're not understanding where I'm coming from. And he just kept going, okay, daddy, okay, papa. And then he said whether she wants to kill my siblings so that it will be like, it's only him that is alive. Let himself kill himself. Everyone should just kill themselves. Who says they can kill themselves to their children? He said he has other kids my age around the world. And I was like, guy, okay, is that supposed to faze me? Okay. The next morning, I got a 10 minutes video. It's not the first time. He's always sending me things, insulting me like that. You're doing music, you will never prosper. I'll see you on the side of the road and I'll you. Don Jazzy will never see you, blah, blah, blah.
So your father said to you?
Hold on. Kept going, sending more VNs. About 8 VNs. I sent them to my mom. My mom couldn't even listen to it. She was trying to calm me down. I'm trying to calm her down. I was so surprised, man. I was like, this can't be someone I should be proud of. I started thinking, like, what do I do when I bring a woman home or kids? Who is going to... this guy will place my kids for me. Like, I don't understand. I'm starting making me get scared that am I going to have issues like this when I grow up?
What do you want your dad to do or stop doing?
Nothing. I don't want anything from him. I don't want anything from him. I think it's 4 days ago, I realized I don't want anything from this man. He told me to go crush my head by a truck, right? That was a lie for me. I'm dead to this man. Don't want anything from him.
What else is because you know how Nigerians are on social media, so I want to preempt that question. People will say that your mother has turned you against your dad, and that's why you're here talking. How do you respond to that?
When I met my mom, the first thing I said was like, we hit my father.
When you met your mom for the first time?
Michael, go and drop in truck right now. Now, go and drop from where you are. Break it. You are my stress. You are my problem. You're the one I sent to school. I spent all my money that I didn't have. I was just getting money to save you. You jump and took my children out and gave them, and they are blackmailing me using you. And you're telling me, go and do that now. Don't do it tomorrow. I want to hear it. Think I'll let you blackmail me? And I will still get your mother. I will still get your mother. Is it Ken? Ken. Don't worry. The people behind this will hear from me. Don't wait for me to kill you. My hand not supposed to touch you. Go and kill you.
My people, I love you talk. Oh, this one just passed me. Anyway, make una watch the next video where Emeka got interviewed by the TVC station, and he said he was asked a question. Listen to what your wife has said, as in listen to your wife's side of story. What you have to say. Emeka said, "Well, if I hear any other kind of stupid talk, I will spill the beans, and I have decided to keep it." And he also said that I don't have anything to say. She's the mother of my children, my 4 children. I cannot say any word again. And Nigerians are saying, okay, you better continue what you started. Guys, what do you think about all this whole thing? Okay, seeing what the wife has said and seeing having been heard what Emeka said, what do you think about this?
How are you presently as regards that issue? How it happened and where is it presently, if you don't mind?
Yeah, I have made up my mind not to talk about it. Okay, she's the mother of my children, 4 kids, and I respect them a lot, okay? one person not get sense, the other person supposed to get sense. Or however it is, I think you guys are also part of the problem.
The media?
Yes, media is the problem.
Okay.
You guys are the problem. Because you threw the wrong spanners and wheels at people.
Okay.
You want to sell your products and your contents and all that, and you don't care whose horse is God. And in doing that, you're just like the normal armed robber that gets into the house and slaughter whoever he can slaughter and pick the money he wants to pick and get out of the house. So that's what's going on the media right now. And I want to be a bit, separated from that, different from that. So I know we all make mistakes in life. Okay, I'm sure you have your problems. You have your downfalls, shortfalls, and all that. So nobody should cash in on that to make a rise or make a statement. But someone who has a sense, that whatever, any mayo, right? So it's left for you as an individual to know how to save yourself the embarrassment.
So I respect the fact that you chose not to talk about that particular part of your life. I think that the truth is media will take what it puts out. And if we don't know, we don't know.
Let me pause you for a second. Because when we have someone like you here, we like to learn from men, right? It's important for us to have a conversation. So you're an actor, you're famous, you had issues, marital issues, and the truth is I would like to have a peek into what is the right context or what is the right perspective so that people don't misread or misknow who Mr. Emeka Ike is. So we have an opportunity to have a conversation. We are women. We just had a conversation about the perspective women have. Yeah, our hot topic before you came in was the fact that women, for everything, many women have a...
Okay, I can't say for sure what is true and what is not true. Guys, if you truly listen to both parties, you will get the truth. As a parent, I want to say this: no matter how or what you tell your kids, depending on the circumstances, then the truth will always surface when they grow up and they will make the decisions. Kids of today are very smart. Guys, what do you think about this? Kindly drop your thoughts under this video, and also remember to share and follow my page. We really have to be careful in the way we handle situations, especially when someone is a celebrity. For the fact that the wife hasn't said anything for years and opening up now shows a lot.